Hi everyone, we hope you're all doing well. I'm Prasanna Raman, Advertiser Solutions Lead, Snapchat India. Today we will be discussing how brands in India are finding success by integrating augmented reality into their advertising mix. We have Neha Huja, Head of Marketing, Spotify India, who will talk to us a little bit about how the global audio streaming major used AR to achieve specific brand tasks. We also have Vishal Jacob, Chief Digital Officer of Wavemaker and a published author, to talk about the present and the future of AR in the advertising media mix. Welcome, Neha and Vishal.
Thanks, Prasanna. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Prasanna. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure to be speaking with both of you today. Let me begin by sharing that in today's day and age, for those brands that are innovating around unique ways to engage their audiences, AR becomes a natural fit. This was confirmed by the global Deloitte digital study, which suggested that Snapchatters who frequently used AR with their family and friends were 30% more likely to pay attention to a brand. With this context, I wanted to start with Neha. Neha, while Spotify is known for music, what challenges did you have as a marketer for podcasts as a category in India?
Yeah. So I think the challenges, Prasanna, are twofold around the podcast category. The first one being that as a category, it's a very nascent category. So people don't know about, where to get podcasts, what this is all about. In fact, I remember Google sharing this that, one of the most searched questions is, hey, what is podcast? So just building awareness and education around the whole category itself needs to be done. And I think the second challenge is, kind of busting perceptions that consumers have around podcasts. So it's a lot of people believe that podcasts are long and boring. They think podcast is nothing that would interest me. It's not meant for me. It's not in the language that I would like to, consume content in. So stuff like that exists. So it was really twofold. It was about educating about the whole podcast category, but then also sort of making sure that some of the myths around podcasts are taken care of.
Got it. That's an interesting peek into that specific category. Neha, you did this Spotify podcast campaign with us in India. Could you talk to us a little bit more about your specific objectives in that campaign?
Yeah. So, as a marketer, Prasanna, we always have, a twofold objective. The first one being that you need to drive category awareness and consideration. But then, of course, you need to hit hard numbers around adoption and consumption, which comes then via, content discoverability. And I think there, we leverage Snap users really well, where it wasn't really about throwing the net wide and making sure that we get millions of people to talk to and build our category, build awareness, but it was also about making sure that we can provide a good immersive experience where these guys are able to engage with the audience and make sure that they like the whole experience and then discover that world of podcasts.
Got it. That's really interesting to know. Now, quickly moving to Vishal. Vishal, as a keen observer of brand advertising, how do you think brands are using augmented reality in India currently?
That's a good question, Prasanna. And if you look at it, right, over the last few years, with digital becoming more mainstream, the rules of building a brand or building equity for a brand has actually changed quite a bit. It's no longer just about one of the big shifts that I've seen is that it's no longer just about reach and visibility. It's also about creating the right kind of experience across various consumer touch points. And when you talk about an enriched consumer experience, I think AR fits in quite beautifully over there. So if you look at the brands in India specifically, there are multiple ways in it's being used, and whether it's purely from a reach perspective of trying to engage a consumer across various filters on social platforms, to going down, to the funnel where you're trying to create a far more personalized, a far more experiential shopping experience, ways in which you can get, brands to actually, consumers to actually try the product out to virtual try-ons. and so on and so forth. So if you look at it, essentially, I would broadly put it that there are various ways in which brands are trying to solve for. Neha just talked about the example of Spotify, but I would also say that beyond that, depending on a certain problem statement, brands are trying to solve for it by creating far more experiential content across various consumer touch points and trying to kind of address it through more experiential ways. Yeah.
That's a great perspective. What about the future, Vishal? The 2021 Global Deloitte Digital Study suggests that by 2025, about 40% of the Gen Z and millennial population in India will be frequent AR users. How do you think brands can future-proof their business with this trend in mind?
Yeah, I kind of agree to that. And also, if you refer to a recent study also done by Zappa, which actually states that the recall that you have for the communication grows by about 70 odd percent if you done the communication quite actively and quite visibly across every single customer touchpoint. So I think there are three things that brands can actually do to kind of future-proof themselves. One essentially is to try and figure out, what are some of the problems they're trying to solve for across the entire consumer journey, right? And every brand has got multiple touch points, right? And whether it's on retail or whether it's on the app, whether it's on social media. So across various consumer touch points, what's the kind of experience that one wants to drive for? I don't think brands have looked at it from a consumer journey and seen which are the ways in which one can drive that experience. And I genuinely feel that if someone plans this through and figures out various touch points and what's the kind of experience that they can build through AR, then I think there will be it'll be a far more richer experience for the consumer. That's one thing. Second thing, I think what brands might need to do essentially is to try and figure out what's the ways in which we can actually measure the efficacy of these things, right? So I've noticed that while a lot of the brands are seeing this largely as a way of driving an innovative experience for the brand, but what's the impact that it actually has on either a brand lift or measurement as far as sales is concerned? So that's the second thing I feel that brands need to focus a little bit more on. And then there is a third part of it, which is the cost aspect of it, right? Because a lot of the brands, and one of the biggest barriers that I see of AR adoption or any technology for that matter is it actually reaches a tipping point. And once it reaches a tipping point, actually the cost of adopting a certain technology comes down and then the adoption grows. So I feel that over here for brands, if they have a long-term play, a long-term vision in mind, essentially, and they look at a long-term project, the chances are that they'll be able to kind of optimize as far as cost is concerned. So these are the three things I feel that one can do with themselves, right? So focus on customer experiences across various touch points, optimize on the cost, and measure your campaigns far more effectively.
Oh, that's a great takeaway, and specifically those bullet points that you made for us. Coming back to Neha, now that we know what Spotify podcast campaigns brand objectives specifically were, how did Snapchat fit into this task of delivering your brand objective?
Yeah. So, Prasanna, like I mentioned, that the objective is really twofold, right? The first one being that we do want to reach out to a huge, wide audience, right? Having said that, I think within the audience, we also realize that the adoption is much better among the Gen Z. And when we talk about Gen Z, I mean, where else to find, both quality and quantity of Gen Z, other than Snapchat. So, that part was very well taken care of, where we wanted to make sure that, hey, our messaging is designed for Gen Z. We know this kind of content works really well for Gen Z. And this is a platform that we want to, sort of get onto to make sure that, we reach millions, of our audience within a few days. The second one where we partnered really well, Prasanna, was making sure that we are able to bring an experience of the content to the user. And this is where the Snaps innovative team really worked well for us, where we actually designed a filter around the theme of the show. So we have a show called Bhaskar Bose. It's a detective show on Spotify. Not too many people actually feel that a detective show can work well in an audio format. So it was critical to make sure that we take the people in that immersive environment of this detective and really pull them in and get them intrigued. So I think both the objectives of reach as well as immersive engagement were fulfilled through the campaign.
Correct. We are glad to know that. Vishal, to you now, the Global Deloitte study that we spoke about earlier indicates that around 50% brands are 50% more likely to be discovered if they have a branded AR experience. What would be your advice to brands that are still looking at AR as just an innovation play?
No, listen, I think that there is merit to a lot of aspects as far as AR is concerned. And right now, I agree that basically the play is largely on the top funnel, and a lot of the brands are actually looking at it as an innovative or a new shiny toy, which one can actually use to kind of engage people in the top funnel. But I think the brands have caught on to it, have realized that there are ways in which you can actually drive conversions also, and all the way down to sales side. Specifically on digital, on the digital medium, if the fulfillment happens on digital and the distribution happens on digital, notice that the funnel is actually collapsed quite a bit. The time taken from awareness to consideration to actually purchase has declined quite a bit in recent times, right? And there are a lot of studies that actually prove that. So if AR is actually used far more, innovatively, and if you're really solving for a problem of the consumer, like one example that comes to mind is the L'Oreal's Modi Face, right, where you can actually try out different looks and then pick the kind of makeup that you want to go with. That's one very interesting example of how you can actually drive the conversion, awareness, discovery to consideration to purchase in a very short span of time, and also the IHA example of how you look at bridging the offline and the online put together. So I generally feel that there is, if the brands can look at it from a lens of how to solve for a consumer problem and then use AR in a far more innovative way, you can not only look at it from an innovative lens, but also to drive conversions. Yeah.
Now, I'd say that's a very useful piece of advice. I'm delighted we had this chat and got a chance to understand the perspective from a brand marketer and a leading media agency about AR in the media mix. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Neha and Vishal.
Thanks, Prasanna. Thanks for having us
Thank
here.
you. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Good chatting with you.